Restaurants have been hit hard by the coronavirus pandemic. To survive, a lot of them have been relying on outside seating.
It's worked out this time of year. It will not be an option in the wintertime. 41 Action News anchor Brian Madrick live at Coach's Bar and Grill in Overland Park. It's weird in mid-September, Brian, to talk about winter, but then we've had a week this week where we've set records for cold weather.
Right.
Winter will be here before we know it, and people will not be able to sit outside.
Yeah. That's right. It will be here very soon, and sooner than we probably like, especially for business owners like the guy who owns this restaurant here right off of College Boulevard. Look, he told me he is not looking forward to winter, not because of the weather, but because of what it's going to do to his business. And I'm sure there are a lot of restaurant owners that feel the same. The reason why? Well, I talked to owner Brian Darby on Zoom. He owns this establishment. He showed me some of the changes that he's making because he is concerned about what the weather is going to do to his clientele. The reality is people won't be able to stay outside, or they're going to be very uncomfortable. So he's making some changes. You see it in the video. Some of those changes all designed to make people comfortable and safe during this pandemic.
We are going to try to manipulate our outside space as long as we can. We're adding fire pits, we're adding garage doors, trying to keep the airflow, but enclosing it just as much as we can to still make people comfortable.
Doing what he can to save business, but the reality is some business has been lost during this pandemic. Things like corporate parties and even large family gatherings have been canceled. So no doubt a hit, but talking to the business owner here, he describes business so far over the last few months, not great, not bad, just okay. Back to you.
So you're outside a new restaurant. Why did it open during a pandemic?
That is a good question, and I wanted to find out, yes, times are bad, but why make it harder on yourself? Well, the owner tells me that the plan to open up this restaurant goes back more than a year, and of course, go back a year. None of us saw a pandemic happening. The original plan was to open this establishment on St. Patrick's Day. That's when things started to really explode in terms of cases. Lockdowns were put in place, and we saw the worst of the pandemic. Construction delays actually pushed back the opening of this establishment, and the owner tells me if they opened up during that time, business would have been catastrophic, and probably this establishment wouldn't be here today. So if there's a silver lining, it would be that one.
They're not the only restaurant to open actually right now, which is wow. We were thinking about all those entrepreneurs.
Absolutely. Brian, thank you very much.